on Sharp Street, upstairs the Square Deal building in Kingstown. Call 784-457-2320. That's 784-457-2320. In New York at 9502 Ditmas Avenue in Brooklyn. Call 718-469-8377. That's 718-469-8377. Standard shippers, prompt and reliable every time.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is now 9:27, and you're listening to Arian. With me is Christal, and we're activated mornings this morning. And ladies and gentlemen, every single day that I walk with Christal, I'm convinced that she's on drugs every single day. And she said that the drugs is happiness, but I don't know why.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Incoming rant. Excuse me, sir. First of all, right, there are people who are just like really giddy and have a lot of energy amongst them.
And they're called drug addicts.
No. Don't make me say, hey now, don't make me say what's on my mind, but I can't say it on air because I get a memo straight after work. But
a small memo, you never get a memo, it's a small memo.
I ever get memo, boy? I think I get memo one time. A couple employers are back. No, I got 1 or 2 memos, but nothing too serious because I afraid them things in us. So let's make sure I fall in line. But not everybody needs an external element, substance to feel or be giddy. Sometimes it takes like 5 jumping jacks to get some adrenaline pumping and to release the endorphins. It could be a hug, a tight squeeze from somebody. It could be seeing a rainbow or interacting with a special person first thing in the morning. It could be waking up and saying your prayers and thanking God for a brand new day, new opportunities, being grateful. Could be a lot of things that come from inside, listening to your Psalms, listening to Proverbs, listening to certain songs and certain music. I'm giving you some tips. Why are you not writing? But you sit down and complain every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? And you ain't write down a thing. You better go back to this live here. Don't make me rant and give you a lecture now on the air for everybody to hear. Anyways.
Let's
continue.
This is a Talk to Me segment. The number to call 457-9997. Also the number to WhatsApp where you can also call 457-9997. So earlier we were speaking about the standard of music here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and how we feel about it as the young, not so young people here. Now, when we spoke off air, it seems like Christal and I were talking about 2 different songs, but they were on the same beat.
There was a similar line between the 2 songs. Let's put it.
Let's just put it like that.
Similar input.
Now it's supposed to be a soca. It's supposed to be a collection of soca releases. Let's say that, right?
Oh,
and
like a rhythm.
Like a rhythm.
Collection of soca releases.
Yeah, something like a rhythm, just like a lot of songs. And the way we feel, and we feel the same way about 2 different songs, but it's the same concept. Last year Carnival, you released beautiful music that got a lot of attention, or put a spotlight on St. Vincent because it got a lot of attention.
So it's patriotic.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Not just patriotic, it was good quality soca music. And then later on, fast forward to a new year, release something that is less, I don't want to say classy, but the standard, at least in our opinion, has fell.
Lyrically.
Strictly lyrically, because the there's nothing wrong with the beat, there's nothing wrong with the flow, but the content of this song. Now, the song that I'm talking about, there was even a curse word. Well, 2 or 3.
3. I feel like I heard 3.
I have never heard a curse word in soca music in my entire life, and I'm wondering if this is where there's a generational gap. So we feel like there's a generational gap between us and those people older, and maybe there seems to be one between us and the people younger, because that is unheard of to me to hear a curse word in in a soca song. How do you feel about it?
Profanity has been implied in one or two soca songs in the past. Implied. Not so much so that you literally have to edit the songs, but like when they play at parties and so on, people would put in what is intended to fill in the gap. So they will leave a gap for the profanity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Guidance, leadership. Who are they looking at? The future cannot be a step back for music. Who is your target market? Who do you intend to listen to this music? And the people that are listening to the music, are you just becoming more popular versus are you actually selling the music to folks who will buy it? So I don't know if within their business plan, if they even have business plans, that they're looking at all of these things, longevity. Plus, like when you start singing like Christian music and then it broke out, that's what it feels like to me.
That's how it feels like. That is how it feels like. Like you grew up in the church doing everything right, and then
if you
get a little
Lord
freedom.
Blessing you, and then you just go, bam, look at my bam bam. Look at me walking around in something or the other. I don't know. And for
walking around in what?
The person, and I don't want to mention because like people will go looking for it, and I ain't giving nobody a free promo. But for the song, but then that's based on my standard, right, and based on my quality too. I would listen to or gravitate to more songs with a bit of more meaning. Albeit there are one or two songs in between that have the little sexual connotation or what's not, but for the most part, like songs with meaning.
I think the whole point of it is to leave room for your imagination.
Can't play a song at Kiddies Carnival.
No.
Boy, listen, it is be a task. I even had to say it in dialect to have to come up with a list every year for songs that are children worthy and not too adult. And then you find yourself rotating 10 songs for the entire Kiddies Carnival.
We need a soca kids bop.
Boy, listen to me. I saw somebody complaining about the type of music that some DJs were playing at a recent sports event. I can't remember whose sports it was, but they said they were rather displeased at the lyrical content of the song that was played by the DJ, and who was in place to regulate the songs that were being played. If the DJs themselves were not conscious of this is an underage event, we should be playing certain songs and other songs should not be played point blank. And then he went further to mention that, in the comment section, you should be more worried about the fact that they know the lyrics to the songs and they're actually singing them to the top of their lungs. So it's not so much, okay, the DJ playing this kind of music that you wouldn't play for your child, but they responding to it though. Older generation versus the younger generation.
Let me tell you.
Sort of thing.
When I was in prep school, I remember I used to be singing in school. Log on and step on. And I had no idea what it meant. But like me and my friends, we always stepping on things, not knowing what the song means. No, we just log on and step. And then I see that happening a lot now, where children are singing about the songs, they're dancing to it, they have no idea what it means. And it's really dangerous. At the GHS Sports, there was the song selection in the routine was interesting, for lack of a better word. Now, they had, I think, 2 songs or 1 song that was Bouillon. And there was some students standing not too far from me. And when it came on, they're singing what edited out right there, top of the lungs, singing their hearts out. Like, okay, this is different.
Boy, I reached to the point where you say, in my day, we couldn't do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E. But I think part of it is respect too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's leading the younger generation now? Sometimes you have young people leading the young people, and the young people were not even led properly, or, were not even led properly by adults. So you see that moral degradation right before your eyes, because if you are socialized a certain way, so certain things are not valuable to you, maybe go as far as respect for self and others, especially women, because some of these songs have little to no respect for women. Then you then become, when you get a little bit older, 20, 25, 26, whatever, you then become a leader because the teens are growing up. You're more in tune with social media as well. So you get to be there in your face to the younger folks, and they're gravitating towards you and what you're preaching or teaching or showing or showcasing. And you see how it just passes down, and the values or lack of values there are being passed down. So who is leading? And if this is not up to standard for Vincentian society, who's going to jump in place to swing it back or swing it in a different direction?
That's a very good question, because who?
Some of these children will cuss off adults in public. Some of these children, and I think I want to believe and hope that it's a minority, but you see, minority oftentimes rules, although we know the majority rules saying, but when they in open air, and I've seen it from time to time, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 teenagers using profane language, carrying about themselves in a very disrespectful manner as well, when there are adults around. In my day, let me even think of a dirty word, I'll get in trouble, because there's somebody who will step in and say, rectify the situation, you need to XYZ ABC, or somebody go and make a complaint. When I reach home, I ain't even reaching home. Discipline. So where is that? Does that still exist? And who is being more empowered now? I don't know. But musically, for a client like the customer, like myself, yourself, and for those who like value good quality music lyrically, come on. Gotta look at your future too, yeah?
Sometimes I feel like time and place as well, because I don't really have it's with bouillon, you know. But then if I want to listen to quality music, that's not my go-to. I'm not going to sit. That's not something I will sit down and listen to.
I don't think there's a problem with bouillon. It's just that the bouillon that is played in the vans,
yeah,
and that you hear are the very ranchy, very nasty, in your face.
I don't think they should be played, but then again,
I mean,
we
if you
don't
go on
have-
YouTube and you look at other bouillon songs, I'm
I
pretty
know.
sure they have very good songs. But
But
what
we
we get
don't-
down here, the
we don't have
jeggings.
anything to regulate what was playing. Was the amplified music being played? We don't have anything to regulate, and regulating that could also be dangerous. Because what if I want to have a party? You mean to tell me that I now have to be told what is it that that I'm allowed to play? But then again, if the community is hearing it, why not? You know, why not?
There needs
It's
to be
it's tricky.
needs to be a cut-off point. At somewhere, there needs to be a cut-off point. So you cannot go beyond this is unacceptable XYZ. I know when the police give out approval, permission. I was gonna make a joke there. But when they give out permission, they normally list the criteria. DJ is supposed to know XYZ. They're not supposed to play profane music. The artist's not supposed to use this kind of language, blah, 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 on stage. If they do, they will be taken off. So there are rules in place. They just have to be abided by. But for junior shows, I don't know where.
Yeah, definitely for junior shows.
For junior
Yeah.
shows, I feel like the DJs should know better.
Even if it's edited, like use your discretion. But
DJs should know better.
To each
Well,
his
we have
own.
young people leading young people too.
the time is now 9:41, and we got to make room for the news in